ThredUp.com is the world's largest online thrift store. But what do people really think about secondhand clothing?
Run-of-the-mill brands. It's not that easy to find good quality secondhand stores.
What if we told you that everything at ThredUp was triple checked for top quality?
I like that a lot. Doesn't even seem like it's secondhand at all.
How about Anthropologie from $8, Loft and Nike from $6, and J. Crew from $7?
These are all designers that I wear.
I didn't expect to see Kate Spade in here. Whoa.
90% off. That's my style. I'm in.
Get up to an extra 50% off your first order at ThredUp.com.
Jim and Joanne are here to pick up the same prescription. They both know the system is not on their side. They both know drug costs are out of control. But one of them is taking back control with GoodRx.
Next.
So while he's paying that much, even with his insurance, she's paying this much just by using GoodRx. Use GoodRx to compare prices at pharmacies in your area and stop paying too much for your prescriptions. Download the free app today and take back control.
Meet Tonal, the smartest home gym with revolutionary digital weight, so you can be your strongest. Visit tonal.com.
I chose the nighttime aligners because it's so easy.
It's hard to find time to go to the dentist with a busy schedule.
I'm a mom.
And I have a full-time job, of course.
Phone calls, meetings.
Walking my dog.
Yeah, I'm pretty busy.
So I had no idea that you could straighten your teeth while you sleep.
Before you go to bed, pop them in.
Nighttime clear aligners work perfect with my schedule.
When I see myself, I think, wow, that's incredible. Goodbye, Gap. Hello, new me.
Hello.
Beautiful, right?
Real people, real stories, real results. Get started for free at SmileDirectClub.com.
You went to college? You're smart. So why are you getting ripped off on your student loans? At Credible.com, we've helped tens of thousands of people save money by refinancing their student loans. In 3 minutes, we'll get you actual rates from multiple lenders. We could save you hundreds of dollars a month by refinancing to a lower rate. Don't get ripped off on your student loans. Let's focus on your future, not your debt.
Visit Credible.com and in 3 minutes, see how much you could save.
Important news for users of Roundup weed killer diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. On June 24th, the manufacturer of Roundup announced a settlement of more than $10 billion to settle thousands of cancer claims. If you or a loved one were exposed to Roundup and developed non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, you may be entitled to a substantial settlement. Time is limited to file a claim, so do not wait. Call 800-728-9777 now or go to roundupclaimform.com.
Introducing the Fan Cash Rewards Credit Card by Fanatics. Earn 6% Fan Cash when you shop with your card on Fanatics.com with exclusive cardholder perks and 6-month special financing on purchases of $150 or more. Text now to apply or go to Fanatics.com.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am so excited because I am here in the studio with singer-songwriter Tanner Fenoglio. He's a Nocona, Texas native. His family history and roots run deep in Montague County. And although he hung up his guitar to go into the oil field when he started his own family, he never gave up on his dream to sing and play. He just released his music video, Cheap Gasoline, which has garnered over 100,000 views on Facebook. Alongside Tanner is Josh Derden with Veterans Extreme Adventures. He's here to talk about how they help America's veterans reintegrate into society after proudly serving our nation. And I am so proud to have you guys in the studio. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it.
It's so good to be here.
Yay.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, Tanner, tell us how you got your start in music. Where did this all start for you?
So I guess it was in high school. I had had this interest to learn how to play the guitar. And growing up, I'd always sang and enjoyed the performance aspect of playing. And so I learned how to play guitar around 16-ish, I guess, 16. And then that led to me starting to write around 17 and 18. And I had a couple songs and was able to record them. And then really, from there, I went off to college and started actually gigging and figured out you could, make money. People would pay me, not a lot, but they'd pay me a little bit to go play. And so, I just kind of caught the bug and really fell in love with the whole process of it. And fast forward 12 years, 13 years, and here we are.
You've been doing it a long time. That's awesome that you picked it up so early. So that's fantastic. Well, we also have Josh here, and we're going to play a game in just a second, just to break things up a little bit. But I wanted to find out how you two actually met, you and Josh. How did you guys get together?
So, so we actually, I was asking him at lunch because I was sitting there and I was like, we've known each other for a while. I was like, how did we meet? Because I was trying to think back to when we met. Because it was like we just, all of a sudden, I was doing some events with him and just felt like I knew him. But I was working as an oil and gas job that I had. And he had, I guess you had.
I just gotten home from Afghanistan.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
So he was recently, had just got back home, was looking for a job in the oil and gas industry. Well, my brother-in-law at the time, who Josh had, I don't know how you had met Mitch, but he had, long story short, my brother-in-law reached out, said, hey, you've got this friend that's looking for a job. So I just basically set up an interview for him and didn't even realize it until today at lunch that it was him, that it was it. Yeah. Like I remember it happening, wow. But that never did click in my head that it was him. He just said he had a buddy that's getting out of the military. And I was like, yeah, I'll do what I can.
I didn't get the job.
Yeah.
Oh, darn. Oh my gosh.
I didn't get that. Yeah. It shows what they think of me and the guys that I was bringing in up there. But no, that was the first time that, I don't even know if you would call that meeting, but that was the first time that, we kind of crossed paths, I guess. So.
Oh my gosh, 2012, you said? Yeah, that's a pretty long time. So since you guys have known each other for a long time, then maybe you guys will get the same answer on this game that we're going to play. So you had no idea we're going to play this game because I didn't tell you on purpose. But don't be scared.
No, that's right. No idea what's going on.
Don't be scared, though. Okay, so we're going to play a game called Real Country, Fake Country. Okay. Now, this is country sayings, right? So sometimes made-up sayings actually sound real. So there's no, right or wrong answer. But this might be something your grandma told you when you were growing up. I don't know. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your little nifty sign you have here. Nifty. Okay. And you are going to, y'all are really staring at that, really seriously.
Okay. You see it where they flip it over and it's upside down. So I was like,
you want to make sure it's not upside down. Yeah. So you can even take it with the little string here. That way, see, you make sure that you do it. Okay. Look, I'm telling, military guy how to function something right now. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna read off the saying, and you guys are gonna hold it up and say real or fake country. Okay? All right. So the first one. The porch light's on, but no one is home. Is that real or fake?
I'm going to say that's real country.
That's real. You're right.
Fake.
Some of them do sound that way. Okay. What about this one? It doesn't amount to a hill of grass.
So, no, I'm going to go with...
Oh, my gosh. So, you're second guessing.
My deal is if I've heard it a lot, then that means it's probably in my head, I'm like, maybe that's fake country. And so I've heard that last saying very few times, but I've heard it in Nocona growing up. And so I'm like,
Hill of beans.
Maybe there's no beans in Nocona.
Yeah.
Got a point.
Oh my gosh! You know what? I made up this one the other day. It was called her pants is tight on a Sunday afternoon eating a biscuit or something. I forget what it was, but anyway, they were like, "Oh, that's real," and I said, "Well, it's actually fake." So fake ones can sound absolutely real. Okay, what about this one? I'm sure you guys possibly have heard something like this before, but. Okay. I'm going to knock you so hard, you'll see tomorrow today.
Okay, so...
Knock you so hard. Do I need to do an accent with it?
Okay, so I'm going to...
I can knock you so hard, you'll see tomorrow today.
Yes, so this is...
Now I believe it.
I don't know if it was a...
It's real! Ding, ding!
I've heard some version of that several times from my mom growing up. I've got two brothers, too, and so I would always know how... much trouble I was in by how many different names she called me before she finally got to the right name and called me. So yeah, I've heard that a couple times.
You had several names. Did y'all have several names, or was it like Tanner Fenoglio, or do you have a middle name? Do you guys have middle names?
Yes, but she would call me one of my brother's names. Like the more upset she got, she would call me she'd go down the line just because I guess she wasn't clear-headed. She was so mad at me for whatever I'd done. And so if I was in big trouble, it usually took her like 3 names before she finally got to Tanner. Like, what is your name?
That's too funny. I think we've all been there. It's a first, middle name or last name, or if you have siblings. Now, how many siblings do you have, Tanner?
I've got 4 younger brothers and sisters, 2 younger brothers and 2 younger sisters.
For those who don't know, the audience, the Fenoglio is a huge family. You can't go anywhere without knowing Fenoglio Boots, based out of Nocona, Texas. So what was it like with all these Fenoglios running? We should have played a game of Count the Fenoglio, actually.
Real or fake Fenoglio.
Yeah, there we go.
How many, what was it like being in this big family with all these Fenoglios?
It was, I don't know. It was like, looking back, it was crazy because now I've got kids of my own, and I'm like, why would somebody have 5 kids and in their right mind? And so, yeah, it was crazy though. It was just constantly in and out. Somebody's coming in and out of a door, going. I mean, it was chaotic. But my parents did a great job of just, keeping everything going, making it normal. It was just a big family, but it was a lot of chaos growing up.
And it's Italian roots, right? It's an Italian name, but cowboys, Italian cowboys.
Call it redneck Italian. We've been in Texas too long, 7 generations. So
yeah.
So we're it's a Italian. My parents actually, they went to Italy with a big group a couple years ago, and it was crazy because they sent pictures back of headstones and stuff, but of people that I'm like, that looked like my grandpa. It was cool to kind of see some of the history of it. I've never been. Yeah, I've never been there. So yeah, it was neat.
Well, that's cool. Where are you from, Josh? Where are you and your family from?
I grew up in Corsicana, Texas.
Awesome.
Hour south of Dallas.
Okay. Well, you're Texan also.
Yep, I've been here all the years of my life, other than my time in the military.
And tell us, so you spent 6 years in the Army. Tell the audience, where you served and what you did in the Army. And thank you for your service, by the way.
Yeah, I always tell people I needed a job and they were hiring.
Yeah.
I deployed 5 times during 6 years with the U.S. Army Special Operations, 3rd Ranger Battalion. Spent some time in Afghanistan, Iraq, and all of the little stops in between while I was over there. So, yeah, it was a fast-paced 6 years.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't seem like it, right? It's like it seems like that would be long, but you're gunning and going. So, we talked about how you guys met, how y'all first met, and what was it that got you involved with the Veterans Extreme, and how you guys kind of came together? Because I know Tanner does a lot for different organizations and foundations, and thank you for using your music, by the way, as a platform to give back. I think it's really important for other artists to do that, to bring awareness to these that need to be heard. So how was it that you got involved in Veterans Extreme?
I actually got involved in 2014. A friend of mine, my marriage was a wreck. Nothing was going, I told you I didn't get the job with them. I was struggling to try to find work. And a friend of mine was like, hey, we're going hunting in South Texas. It's like a 9-hour drive. And we spent nights around the fire, drinking whiskey, telling stories. And I got to shoot my first deer while I was down there. And I was like, man, there's something special about this. And it changed my whole outlook on what I had been doing to deal with my stress and with my anxiety and my depression. And it just opened up a whole new avenue for me. So when I got back, I wanted to get involved. And so in 2015, I really started taking guys out and guiding. And then in 2017, they tricked me into becoming the president by telling me that if I would do it, they would do all the work. I just needed to be the face of the organization. And I don't think that's a good idea. I've got 2 small kids and I have a full-time job. And so anyways, they kind of duped me into the role. It's been amazing. We took the organization from when I first started, we took 13 vets the first year. that I was the president, which was 2017 and 2018. We took 64. In 2019, we took 126 veterans hunting.
Wow.
This year, we've done about 94, even with COVID. We didn't.
Wow.
We weren't going to let it stop us because we're aware that COVID has a big impact on everybody.
Yep,
but if you think about a veteran who's already drinking himself silly, or he is depressed, or he's got high anxiety, doesn't know where to turn, and maybe suicide or something is a thought of his, you don't think that COVID could be the thing that pushed him over the top. And so we knew there was a reality that we had to not just continue the mission, but maybe step it up even more. And Tanner's just been, from day one, he called me one day and was like, hey, would you guys like to come out and set up at my CD release party? And maybe y'all can raise some money. And that's a big part of what we do. We have to raise money. We don't pay anybody. There are no salary employees with VXA. In fact, it costs me enough money that my wife has to warn me, like, hey, we might have put enough money in for this year, you know? And so he just invited us out, and you know, it was incredible. We got to meet all these people in St. Joe, and the communities have just rallied around us, and country music in general. We've had other guys, William Clark Green and Mike Ryan, and guys that have just rallied around us and said, hey, we'll put our yes in, and we'll support you guys.
Absolutely. That's incredible. I mean, really, the community of country music, right, is just something that's so, you know, we'll bound together, and we'll be your brother, we'll be your sister. And I think, you know, from what I hear, that's what you're providing through this veterans organization that is really taken and, hey, we'll take your arm. Is that what it's about? Is just giving them an outlet and resources and brotherhood?
The most hopeless thing that you can have as a veteran is thinking that nobody has experienced what you've experienced or what you're going through right now. And so if for one moment I can sit down with a guy and take him hunting, and he's talking about maybe his marriage is failing or his relationship with his kids is falling apart, and I can say, hey, yeah, me too. I've been there. I've been in that exact same place you're in. And this is how, you know, I've turned my life circumstances have changed now. And it's not that way. So if you can connect with them on that level, it gives them hope.
Yeah.
That's what keeps guys from going off the deep end, you know, and committing themselves to something that they can't take back.
Well, congratulations to that. We all know we all need music. I think music, you can probably speak about this more than I could, but even for veterans and having, you know, something like that, music is a healer. And I've always said that. And it's something that really brings everybody together and kind of creates the mood. And so I'm happy to have some music coming out, right?
Yes, it feels very weird. I'm like, all right, what all do I need to bring? What is the show?
What gear do I need? I forgot my mic. Do I need a microphone?
The guys in the band, they're like, I know they're nervous because like there's certain moments where I'll drop lines in songs and it's like clockwork, and they're like, all right, it's been to knock off the rust, Tanner. You know, they're shit up there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's been too long since we've had a normal kind of music schedule. So
well, before we go to speaking of music, did you bring your guitar in here? Oh, it's out there.
Well, all I brought was the one that I had that I started.
Your very first
Yeah, the first
guitar?
one that I started playing on. Yeah, it's the first one that I made money playing.
That's awesome. I mean, who would have thought, right? And here you are today, and we just appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for all you do. You are a veteran yourself, but thank you for all that you do for your fellow brothers and sisters. And Tanner, you as well. I'm so excited about all the things happening for you and your music, and just continue to do what you do, and we appreciate that. So thank you guys so much. I hope you've enjoyed a little bit of today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And on November 8th, Josh, if you just want to give a quick overview of the.
Yeah, so we're gonna have. Please. We typically do one big fundraiser and concert a year, and typically it's at Magnolia Motor Lounge in Fort Worth. But this year, because of all the shutdown stuff, we kind of had to switch venues around. So we'll be doing November 8th, which just a couple of days before Veterans Day. We'll be doing a concert at Marty B's in Bartonville, Texas. Tanner's going to headline it for us. We've got a couple other artists that are going to step in, and then we've got John Wayne Walding, who's a Green Beret who lost his leg in Afghanistan, who's going to be our keynote speaker there. And it's a family-friendly event. We'd love to have people come out. We think that the family unit, the kids and the wife, it's very important that they be plugged in too, because it's not just about the veteran. It's about caring for the veteran as a whole, and that means his family as well.
Absolutely.
So, we'd love to have anybody come out locally, and if you can't be there, we understand that. It's a lot of people are still not coming out because of the stuff that's going on, but it's going to be a great time. We'll hear some good music, and he's getting his rehearsal rounds in this weekend, so I'm sure it's going to be a good show.
It's going to be a great show. Well, thank you for sharing that for everyone so they can get plugged in. Definitely want to encourage everyone to get plugged in. So thank you guys once again for being here. We appreciate you and love y'all so much.
Thank you.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching Country Music News with Aubree-Anna. We have had a wonderful time today. Thank you to Tanner Fenoglio and Josh Derden for joining us in the studio today. Please support, Tanner's music and also Josh with Veterans Extreme Adventures. We look forward to seeing you again next week for more positive country music news and discover more artists that are using their platform to give back to the community. Remember to take the time to do something nice for someone today. Whether it's an encouraging word, a smile, a hug, we all need a little love. Until next time, bye.